Hello and welcome to episode 8, part 3 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial. I'm just so that is one of them words that I hate saying, and now I'm going to have to keep saying it. The good news is, of course, it's practice makes perfect. I will probably by episode 1,010,000 get that actually correct by saying tutorial, but hey. Okay, so continuing on from where I left off in episode part 2 of this episode 8 series. Sorry about this, but it is necessary to go through all of the different GUI windows, and once I've done it, it's done. So I can then move on, which is what I really want to do, to show you some of the lovely content in this game. But this was a necessary step. So I'd got to down here saying about the fact that if you right click, don't always believe that what you see is always going to be what you get there. As you learn new skills, excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. As you learn new skills, okay, new options will appear. Now, I'll give you an example of one that I know. I was talking about enchanted grass. When you get it to a certain level, when you right click on your body, you'll get an extra option here, and it will say replenish. And if you left click that, your water level and your food level and your nutrition level will go to 99%. Nutrition, by the way, I'm going to cover when I do cooking, so don't worry that I missed it out, even though I said I was going to cover that. I'll do that in the cooking episode. I'm splitting it away from all of this. Okay, so you'll see you may see extra icons appearing as you progress in the game. You will see extra icons appearing. So let's just go through this menu quickly. So, thank you for joining me, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but there we go. Thank you for joining me. Let's go. Okay, so if I left click examine, it says down here, a body, it cannot be improved. Well, it's talking about my avatar's body here, and it's possibly talking about my real world body as well. It can't be improved, but sorry, I'm straying. You are from the Freedom Isles. That's the server names. There is one thing I just want to quickly say. Okay, Wurm Online, Wurm Unlimited. On Wurm Online, there's player versus player with factions. When I played on the player versus player, it was on the Chaos server, which was the PvP server, and there was a few other servers as well. Well, in the very early days, there was only a couple, but they've been growing. They gradually grew the amount of different continents that you could get, islands, isles, whatever you want to call it. So you are from the Freedom Isles. It's talking. That's the name given to one of the isles that you start on. I don't want to confuse you. I'm going to confuse myself as well. Okay, he is extremely well nourished. Okay, so good. That's saying I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I'm not even going to go there with that one, because that's beyond this. Okay, so that's if you examine. No target. I'm not aware of what that is. I know there's if you're doing an action, if you've selected something or someone, and you want to stop them appearing in your target window, then you can right click and left click no target, and then that'll clear the target window up there. But this one, I'm not sure. If someone knows, please comment, and we'll expand the knowledge and scope of this tutorial. Okay, Karma next. Okay, if I left click on Karma, oh sorry, I don't need to, I've already got it open. That's the window you've been seeing up here. Okay, so let me quickly switch to Wurmpedia and the Karma. The Wurmpedia has a lovely full page on Karma covering Wurm Online and all the different servers, factions, and so yeah, what I was going to say a moment ago before I derailed myself was, bear in mind, excuse me, sorry, bear in mind a lot of the options that we're seeing in here are applying to different types of gameplay. To try and clarify and elaborate on that, I am playing in creative mode. Wurm Online. That does not mean I've got access to everything and I don't have to do anything. I can just simply, I've still got to do all the work. If I want to mine something, if I want to dig something, I've got to do all of that. It just creative, as far as I can tell, just means that it's had the PvP removed. It's allowing me and Rainstorm to just basically create whatever we want here, but we have to get the resources in order to create whatever we want to create. And so bear in mind, some of these options do not apply to this world that we're in, okay? And that might be the case with that, where that says no target, might well be. On the Wurmpedia, it does talk about sorcery, and there is other, but that's not for this tutorial, because I'm talking about creative. There was a comment that I had, thank you very much to the person that commented and said that they got a bit confused with something that I said in episode 1 about 10. In episode 1 I did mention the number 10 simply because that's the default number that you see listed after experience gain, and I just left that set as 10. What it equates to is, it's about, you'll notice as I'm doing skills, when I've got the skills window up and as I'm climbing and you see the skill going up, it's looking to me, I'm not 100% sure, I haven't read this from the official Wurmpedia source, I'm just going from how I used to play the game to how I play it now, and it just looks to me that the skill gain is about 4 times quicker left with the default settings. So I hope that clarifies the person. I did try responding to you, but I don't know if that explained it correctly. Hopefully that did. Getting back to karma, so I'm going to talk about this, just this bit of karma. If you go to the Wurmpedia, there's lots more, but I'm only going to talk about this. Okay, you'll notice as you go along you get achievements. When you do achievements you get rewarded with karma. Now I will switch to the Wurmpedia because they do a lovely job of explaining that. Getting karma. The following ways are known to give karma. Conquer a tower on Epic and Chaos. So there we go, that's talking about different servers, not here. Drink from a source spring. Well, a source spring, if I bring it up, is, you will notice in caves and outside of caves on the ground, you may notice, rarely, I don't know how common they are, I believe they might be quite rare to find, but they do, they, according to Wurmpedia, they spawn randomly outside or underground and cannot be created, and basically you use them, or drinking the contents will grant you karma. So I'm guessing that you'll just right click on a source spring and then you'll get an option to drink. And if you look on the Wurmpedia, it's displayed, a source spring is displayed as a few boulders piled together. So you right click on them boulders and no doubt get that option. So that's one way of giving you karma. The next way is drink from a source fountain. So okay, that's talking about a fountain that you can drink from. That may not be in this version of Wurm that I'm playing. I'm playing Wurm Unlimited, so I'm going to skip by that. Just suffice to say, you can drink from a source fountain to get karma. Eat a source salt. While you're mining, you may get you'll get rock shards on an average rock tile. But also there's possibility of getting other items as you mine. You may get salt, or you could get a source salt. A source salt will appear in your... This is starting to sound funny, isn't it? Okay, well it will appear in your inventory over here as you're mining. Oh wow, the amount of time I've spent mining. Okay, so you'll see it over here, little item will appear and it will say source salt. You just right click on it. No, sorry, I think you need to activate your hammer and then you need to crush it with the hammer. So you activate the hammer, right click the source salt, left click crush, and then you can eat it. So I'm going to do that, don't worry, this is only a quick run through. I will get to that. Okay, so that's source salt. That's different ways for getting your karma up. Why do you want to bother with getting your karma up? Well, even when you're playing with your friends on your private servers, as you can see here. Okay, for the light tiles, I wouldn't waste the karma on them, in my opinion. This is all only my opinion, but it's an opinion gained over a lot of time. Because you can do wonderful light sources, and you can do dyes, and you can change the colour of the light sources. Okay, I'm going to drift, so let's stop. Getting back to the ones that I would recommend you save it for, is either Summon Corpse. Let's say you had some really wonderful items on you, and you really do not want to lose them items. Then, and the reason you can't go to your body when you died is because you were swimming across the ocean trying to show a load of YouTube viewers how to do something, and a shark comes and attacks you and kills you, and you're over deep water, so your body bag drops to the bottom of that deep ocean where the sharks are all now swimming around and manifesting, hoping for you to come be silly enough to go back to your body. Okay, not that you can, because you can't swim underwater, you can only swim on the surface of it. You'll use this. How wonderful is that? Fantastic. Okay, next one. Town Portal. Notice it doesn't cost nearly as much as that, but it is fantastic. On Wurm Online, where it's got multiple servers, if you go travelling to another server and you... oh wow, I mean, it's epic when you travel in this game using boats and carts and all sorts of travel, because it does take a long time, and trust me, it's a good thing. It adds to the feel of the game and the atmosphere of it when you've got to walk along this deserted path late at night with all sorts of mobs around you and hearing different noises, and it's just great. But anyway, sorry, drifting. So if you use this, whenever you've travelled to another server, it'll instantly take you back to the location, the town, or the deed that you was, the settlement that you was a part of. You was a villager. Oh wow, boy, this game really knows how to suck it to you. Okay, so just suffice to say, Summon Corpse, Town Portal, very useful. Keep that for if you travel very long distances away and you're a part of that, you have a village or a deed. You can use this to travel back to your deed straight away. Notice at the beginning of the game you got a deed stake. Not going into that yet, but that's what it's connected to. There we go, that's karma. How lovely. Great, moving on. Manage. Oh wow, now this is, boy oh boy. Okay, so a lot of these I'm going to skip. Very good reason for it, because I don't want to put you off playing this game. It is a beautiful game. Invest the time to learn it and the treasures will start to unlock. Let's start with animals. So if I click on Manage Animals, it brings up this window. Let's put that over there for a sec. Okay. With this window, let's quickly read what it says. Manage your list of animals, as well as the list containing any animals that you care for and any tamed animals you have. It also includes any animals that are branded to your village that have settlement. Okay, that's enough. We've gone far enough. For this purposes of this tutorial, I will say that here where it says care for. Now, as you find animals, okay, and you take them back to your location where you're living, okay, and you've got like I've got, me and Rainstorm have got set up a enclosure. You can put your animals in there and you can care for them, so it's talking about that. And secondly, tamed animals. As you go along and you tame animals, which we'll get to, so basically animals that you're caring for, animals that you've tamed will appear here. I'll be covering both of them subjects. Not now, in a later episode. Thank you for that. There we go. Goodbye. Right, let's bring this back down. So that was Manage Animals. Oh, I better keep it up there. Manage Buildings. Oh, great. A load more information to try and confuse you. But it's okay. I mean, don't take that as sounding negative. I don't mean to sound negative. And I'll never try and sound negative about Wurm, because it's such a fantastic game. Okay, but like I said earlier, a lot of it applies to other things. For now, I'm keeping things simple, or trying my best to. What for this Manage Buildings? If I build a house, which I'm going to show you, an item will be put in my inventory. With that, I can manage the settings. That house, when I built it, will appear in here. Oh well, lovely. How lovely is that? Job done. Okay, moving on. Oh, and I must remember to speak about that. Okay, so manage. Carts and wagons is the same. If you build a cart, it's your property, so you can manage the permissions for it and it will appear there. Friends. Okay, I've got a good example to give you with friends, thankfully, because while me and Rainstorm have been playing on here, we have encountered a few things. And that was, and this is important for you because this may very well affect you and your friends when you're playing, and it may well be very frustrating. So let's hope that I can remove that for you. Me and Rainstorm were playing on here. We started a new server. We started digging up resources, gathering, botanising and foraging and dropping them in piles up there. I would quite often go up to the pile and try to take some of the items out of it, and it wouldn't allow me to. It said try stealing, and I'm saying I don't want to steal, not here, and no, I just don't want to use that skill yet. Basically, what you do, if you put your friend, if you get that message at all where you're finding that you're not able to pick items up, that you're playing with a friend, you're playing with one of your children, you're playing with someone, some kin or someone you like, and they're getting, you or them are getting this message not allowing you to pick the items up, go into here, click on the status that you want them to have. So do you want them just as a contact? Do you want them as a friend? You're going to choose trusted friend if it's someone that I just mentioned that you trust, and then you'll click update. What that will do, if you then go back to that pile, you're free to pick it all up and drop it. How fantastic. Hey, and that's all I'm going to mention there. I'm not going to confuse you, see? I'm not all that bad. Okay, gates, mine doors, setting up for permissions. I'm going to go, that's it, okay? And ships, if you build a ship, it's your ship. You can then manage the permissions for it and it will appear in here. So same for gates, same for mine doors. That's all I'm mentioning on that. Okay, moving on. Up here in the top left. Sorry that I skipped by this. I should have done that before body, but oh wow. Okay, up here you'll see is all about weight. And first of all it says equipment weight. That's what you have equipped. So you see I've got the sword, shield, backpack, tool belt. Talking about equipment. Inventory weight. It's talking about, oops, let's put this over here. It's talking about the items I've got in my inventory. Total weight. Well, of course, it's adding together my equipment weight and my inventory weight. All nice and good. Okay, going now though to the important bit for you. 100% speed limit. So, just to, in case that doesn't look clear enough, okay, if I carry up to 40 weight, I will still be moving at full speed. If I go to 70 weight, I will be moving at 3/4 of the original speed. If I go up to 140 weight, I will be moving at 1/4 of the original speed. So my maximum weight is 140. Let's say that I pick up, I go over that. I won't be able to move. There we go, that's explained. Let's move on. I think that is enough covered for the character window. Yes. Let's not dwell too long on any window, so we'll close that. I was, if you remember, going through the HUD settings, working my way through that, so let's continue on. So that was the character window. Okay, let's close the skills window. Next, we've got the skill tracker. Here we are, over here, this window that you've been seeing. Okay, for those of you that, you'll notice down here, I hadn't mentioned it yet, you've got the event, we've gone over it, we've gone over friends, skills. Every time you do an action, if it has an increase, it will then appear in here, and it will show you the new increase. Okay, back up here to the skill tracker. So let's say Rainstorm likes to monitor her skills as she goes along, and I'm sure a lot of you will. So up here you can see the skill tracker, and you can set whatever skills you want to be able to monitor as they go up. But it doesn't stop here, because what you can do, if you right click, you'll then get this list of this lovely list here. So you can go through them. Next skill, you can load a skill. Oh yeah. So okay, let's keep this simple, shall we? If we go to skill trackers options, though, that's the window you see last episode as well, I believe. First of all, what you can do is you can show up to 10 different skills in the window. So the way you do that is I did do this not so long ago. Wow. Okay, let's just bear with me 1 second. Okay, here we are. It's alright. You just put a little cross in the boxes at the end. Then when I OK, there we go. See, you thought I was going to get lost in the deep end then, but here we are. So now I've got up to 10. So if I go back into the options. Okay, so you'll see, got 10 listed here now and 10 there. You will see 10 listed here, but only 5 by default. So if you want to see 10, just put a cross in the end there, and then it will show you all 10 of the skills. In here, over this side, starting over here, you can set them to whatever skill you want. And let's say, look, over here you see fighting, and it's telling you what it's at. If I change it to fine carpentry, click OK, it now says fine carpentry, and we'll then track that skill and I can monitor its gain. So I'm not going to overcomplicate that. That's basically what all of these, you can set different ones for the different of the 10. Okay, that's all. Over here you can set the preference for how much the movements of them skills. That's all. I don't want to confuse you. I really don't want to confuse you. I am. If I try and elaborate more, I think that's a problem I'm making. Let's just keep it straightforward and simple. If you don't understand, please comment. Ask me. If you don't know, just say. It's no problem at all. If I'm awake and compos mente, I will answer you. If I'm asleep, although my sleeping pattern did get somewhat messed up a while back. Anyway, but so if I'm around, I'll reply. I always will try and reply. You know, unless of course you're calling me some rather unsavoury names, and that's okay. But don't expect me to reply. So there we are. I'm drifting. Let's show progress to next level. If I OK that. So that's a different way of viewing it. It's like inverting it, if you like. So let's put it back. Let's leave it as defaulted. There we go. How lovely. So there we are. There's all the skills. This is a skill tracker window. When you make changes to it, like I said, it's a fine carpentry. I believe... Oh, wait a minute. No. Sorry about that. Here. So I've just made a change to fine carpentry. If I now left click, save current skill tracker, it'll now save that new configuration. I'll leave skill tracker there, I think. There we go. Hope you're happy with that little explanation. Okay, moving on. So, actually, goodbye skill tracker. Next, quick bar. Well, I've covered quick bar. How quick was that? So, I won't remove it though, because it's invaluable, the quick bar. Notification. See, over here. There we go, another lovely little window. I don't know if you even was aware it was there. But here, toggle the tone Book of Wisdom. So, if we click on that. Basically, when you start Wurm Online, you go through a lovely tutorial. Really fantastic tutorial. But the thing is, as you go out into the world and start exploring, you're going to be a normal human being and start to forget things, especially if you're called Gamester. You're going to have a terrible memory, and it's not going to make doing online videos easy. So anyway, getting back to my point. This will then run you back through the tutorial. So if I left click here, you'll see it was all the things that first popped up when I first zoned in the tutorial, or when you zone into your private world. Some of these will pop up. I don't believe all of them. No, actually, these may not have popped up, but you can actually click on them and have a little look. See, if you're in Wurm Online, this will apply. But here, it won't apply. So that's what the Book of Wisdom is for. Let's just click it again. How do I... Okay, let's close that. There is yeah, so it's just another little area, another nice little area to have a look. I'm not going to try and explain all of this now. Just suffice to say, Book of Wisdom will refresh you on the tutorial and the other information that is popped up to you. So you'll see icons appearing here. It is fantastic. Click on the icon and it'll jump to the section in here. Okay, so that's the Book of Wisdom. Exactly what it's saying in actual fact. So as you roam around the world, a little icon appears in there, left click, and it'll be something like that. Okay, so that's the Book of Wisdom. Or the notification, I should say. I'm going to leave that active. Crafting, done. Status effects. Status effects, okay, when you for the first 24 hours of the game, do you remember them 3 icons up there? They've gone now. I'm on my own. I'm on my lonesome. Well, I've got Rankston. She's not around at the moment. But that was the 3 icons up there. So they're not there now. So if I click, it won't do anything. Spell effects. That's to do with magic and priests. I'm not sure if it includes sorcery, but that's what it's for. Okay, so that's the HUD settings. Now we get back to the previous menu that I was going through. Okay, support. Here we are. Let's have a quick look at support. I would say that this is, I'm not sure it's bearing on my private server. I don't think it's going to function. I'm not sure if it does. I can't comment on that. Let's talk about Wurm Online with this. Wurm Online, you'll see here, if you get a bug, reporting theft. Oh goodness me, that's a skill tree in itself. That must be a busy report. Hey, reporting harassment. Don't get me started on this. Okay, asking for help if you get stuck. Yes, hope that there are some dedicated helpers which get special status. They're the ones that you're looking for the help from. It's beautiful. It really is. I mean, it's lovely. So anyway, that's all to do with Wurm Online. Let's stop. Okay. There we go. So that's the support. Wiki search. Great for searching the wiki. And quit. If I want to quit the game. No, I don't want to quit the game because I want to finish this episode. Let's just make sure my timer's alright, yeah. Okay, so that is the options window done. I've explained this window, I think. Oh my goodness, am I finished with this? Am I finished with episode 8? Oh, please let that be true. Oh no, nearly. Okay, custom timers. I can't even remember how I got that to appear. I obviously must have missed the window. The good news is it's for priests. So we're not covering that yet. But the trouble is I'm going to have that stuck on my screen now so I can remember how I got it to appear in the first place. But we will get to priests, because priests will be something definitely that you will want to try. Why? Oh boy, you can do some buffs for your weapons that are permanent. So if you have, for example, a sword, you can put a lifesteal buff on it, and it will, as you fighting, let's say you're fighting a crocodile, okay, which are really tough. Don't go near crocodiles. Okay, no, let's not say that. This is a new players episode. If you're fighting a chicken, okay, and the chicken pecks you rather severely, and you take a hit up here, I kid you not, the chickens are fierce. The rats don't go there yet till you've got a bit of combat skill. I'll be starting with dolls anyway, so don't worry. We'd be playing nicely at the beginning. Okay, so life tapping. If they hit you bad and your health goes down, you hit them back, and there's a good probability, depending on the quality. Oh no, let's not go too deep. Okay, you'll get some life back. It's fantastic. That's just one of them. Oh, you've got so much to look forward to playing this game. You really have. Okay, so anyway, I'm drifting. Custom timers. Wonder how, for goodness sake, I'll get rid of them. Okay, up here, you'll notice when I went through this earlier, the more observant of you may say, did you click on GUI and screenshot? GUI will clear, it's the same as pressing F10, it will clear everything from the screen. Press F10, bring it all back. That's for if you want to do a screenshot, which is F11. Because let's face it, this game is beautiful. I know everyone's opinion is different, but I tell you, looking at the quality on the trees and other items that you're going to progress with, you'll see the quality level is great. Okay, well, I think I'll wrap it up here. Oh, wow, look at that. There's my alarm. Okay, sorry I did chat a bit unnecessarily at the end there, but then you're getting used to my ways. And you're so far, I'm just amazed by how lovely all of you are. Just totally amazing. Tolerant, lovely people. Okay, that's enough. Thank you very much. I hope wherever you are in the world, whether it's day, night, whatever, you have a lovely day or a lovely night. And take care. Thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.